Hello everyone, this is your boy AZNZC, or A's. Today's video, I'm going to talk about 5 simple ways to improve your raid team for R5. First of all, um, a lot of players tend to ask, oh, how do you start getting better at doing R5? So these are 5 simple tips. First, I see is people tend to not max their runes on the raid units. I think every bit of stats count, so maximize those units to plus 15, and that will decrease your chance of wiping. Number 2 is do not use too many violent sets or units that takes multiple turns. Like example would be a Chatsun. People ask why. The boss actually will gain more attack power per turn. It's one of his skills. Number 3 would be prioritize surviving the run, um, greater than bringing debuffs and greater than damage. So prioritize first, survival. First, you want to survive the run. You don't want to be a liability to your teammates. If you wipe, then one of your teammates have to tank 2 heads, and if your teammate wipes, the whole run is wasted. Number 2, this would be bringing more debuffs. Bringing more debuffs such as armor break, healing debuff, attack break, branding, and etc. will will speed up the run. And also one of your most strongest damage dealer, Shaolin, is damage that scales based on the number of debuff on the boss. So more debuff, quicker to run. And then last would be bring more damage. The more damage you do, the quicker to run, the less RNG, the less stuns the boss could stun you with, or hit you with more attacks. Number 4 would be turn orders matters a lot in your team. For example, you want your buffer, healer, debuffer, and cleanser to be faster than your damage dealers. For example, would be I see a lot of Huas being faster than their buffers and debuffers, such as their Colleen will be slower than Hua, so Hua will have no attack buff, and your armor breaker is slower than your damage dealer, and so there's no armor break on the boss, and your damage dealer is not doing all the damage that they could possibly do. And number 5 would be ask a stronger player to carry you when you first start off raiding. Everyone's a noob once. Feel free to ask a stronger player to help you out and carry you. So head over to channel 65 and ask for a carry. And here is a list of all the monsters that anybody could potentially use in raid. I list them right here on the right side. Look over it, pause the video, and any of these units you could use or potentially use. Not all of these units are great units for raid, but if those are the units that you have, feel free to use any of these. And here's the video of me showing off my units and a test run and the ruins regarding it, and I will explain why I ruined them a certain way. So first, my Colleen is at 61 resists and the fastest speed possible. 61 resist is because Diaz's 33% lead on top of a tolerance set. Shangfei is for defense lead, and he's on a DPS build. And I just ruined him for stats. So, and all his runes are maxed. And then Lisa is on a violent set, minimum 70% resist with DS lead. So it will be 100% resist. And she goes right after Colleen, so for turn orders. Darian is on a DPS build with an extra fight set to increase damage output for my other units. And he's also on 50 resist with the Shaolin's on 81% crit, and she's on a full Glass Canyon attack crit damage. 81% crit rate is because of Hua's lead of 19%. It'll be 100% crit rate, so she'll be critting every time. Same thing with Hua, just 81% crit rate and all rune max. And just for her lead also. Shayna is on a tanky build. She's there just to armor break. She goes right before all my damage dealers, so she could debuff the boss and control the boss's attack bar. Kana is just a cleanser on a swift set, all ruined max, and she's also a frontline, fairly squishy. Diaz just 100% resist with a tolerance set, and oops, that rune is not max. Probably need to be maxed. So Harshvog, he is just my buffer for that team, on my secondary team. He also bring a branding. He's on a fairly tanky build. Sabrina is on a speed, attack, crit damage build. She's just there to provide DPS and constant debuff on the boss. Tinquin is there as a healer. He's on 81% crit rate, so he could do full DPS, and he's also one of the only few healers that does DPS and debuff and buff. And then here's one of the runs I ran with a pub. So the Diaz is on Revenge. So slot 1, 3, and 5 is not max, and they need to be max, hopefully. Some of the grinds isn't grinded fully. Lisa is built pretty squishy, and Shaolin isn't all the ruins isn't all maxed. But these units are built fairly tanky, not for maximum DPS output. But I see Colleen's on violent, and Lisa's also on violent, so 2 violent, and then a support homunculus. Overall, not bad, just a bit squishy. That's why maybe with plus 15 on all the runes, the Shaolin will probably survive the run. So without one of the most major damage dealer, Shaolin, is very detrimental to the run. It makes it a lot slower. So overall, not bad. This person stabilized, and we were able to finish the run pretty smoothly. And my YOLO team, nobody died. So pretty good overall run, 2 minutes. So this is a second run. Hopefully we'll get a better time on this one. see my team is the opener. You see all the debuff goes before all my DPS, and then my DPS actually goes right after, and then so you can see a big burst of damage. So the boss didn't even get a turn to before the jump in order, so my unit did not take any damage. Same with the third person. So very efficient turn orders. And then once again, all the debuff lands right before all my DPS. So then and then the boss jumps again without our team taking any additional damage. So turn order does matter. So once again, the third person is taking a fair amount of damage. The run is going really well, and the boss have a lot more debuffs, and overall great run so far. And the third guy didn't wipe, or his squishy unit on the back line didn't take as much damage as last time. So hopefully this is going to be a quicker run than last run. And as the quicker the run, the more damage you output, the safer and less RNG the run gets. So let's see the time, and hopefully we get some good times. So 1:37, not bad. Great one overall. Hopefully this video helps anyone that's just starting out to raid. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and thanks for watching.